just for reference, for anybody that hasn't seen my previous videos exposing the space shuttles being nothing more than airplanes, let's first take a look at these supposed space shuttles. Look at these wings. You think these wings will help this supposedly 80-ton space shuttle come in for a glide landing with no engines? This thing would fall out of the sky like a rock. No way this is a space shuttle. Now, to confirm what NASA even states, this is the text from their website, a glider is a special kind of aircraft that has no engine. The space shuttle flies as a glider during re-entry and landing. During ascent, that's of course the initial flight, thrust is provided by 3 space shuttle main engines at the base of the orbiter and the 2 solid rocket boosters that are joined to the orange external fuel tank. Of course, orange for 33. The solids are jettisoned about 2 minutes into ascent, and the fuel tank is jettisoned as the shuttle enters Earth's orbit. So there are no propellants available to the SSMEs during descent. So make that clear. There's no propellants. Though the engines are still present, the shuttle returns as an unpowered glider. Now, before showing the footage, like I stated, this is no space shuttle, this is an airplane, and here is your jet engines. Now let's take a look at this footage with the supposed landing of the space shuttle. Again, nothing but an airplane coming in for a landing at Kennedy Space Center in Florida. I'm going to play this footage and break it down a bit, then I'm going to play the footage again uninterrupted. So again, this is nothing more than an airplane. I'm going to also mention here during the playing of the video, there's going to be a plane in the distance. And you're going to tell this is way too far to be the jet engines from that plane. It's clearly from the supposed space shuttle. Take a look and take a close listen. Now first off, look at the elevation that you have here is coming in for the landing. No way a glider could be that low and maintain this level throughout if it's a glider. Now here are the engines.
There's the shuttle.
One thing I want to point out, here is a supposed chase plane in the very far distance. Let's take a look and listen at the rest of the landing of this airplane. And also, again, if you think it's this plane in the back, the supposed chaser plane, you are completely deceived, completely deluded, stuck on the lie, and you can't get out of it. Take a look and listen.
Touchdown. There's a shuttle. Touchdown.
Now taking a look at the supposed Red Bull jump by Felix Baumgartner. This is again all about programming. We supposedly live on a spinning ball. This is what it's all about. Let's take a look at this footage. I'm going to break this down. Got the supposed ball Earth showing how it's supposedly spinning here. Okay, now let's continue. Now it's static. What's up with that? Now watch what he does here. Again, like I mentioned before with NASA and the occult, doing the devil horns. Let's take a look what he does here. Only for a split second. There you go. Get a closer look on that. And what do you see? You see the devil horns. Again, just like with the NASA footage. Understand, all of these people involved with these productions, that's all they are productions. They are Freemasons. They're part of the game of deceivers. You're not going to be placed or propped up on this platform unless you're part of this club. It's that simple. All these people, of course, are part of the deception as well. I'm going to break down the occult of Roswell, New Mexico. This is their hoax code on the 33rd parallel. Let's continue more with the video, and I'll get into that. Look at this fat slob getting all excited. This is nothing but a liar, another Freemason in the game. Now what you see here with Felix Baumgartner basically parachuting down, I'm not saying he never jumped from tall buildings and whatnot. All he did pretty much jump out of an airplane. All they do is just like a movie. They edit this all together. Just like I mentioned before, the supposed space shuttle landings in the past. All this is clever editing. It's cut into pieces, just like a movie. Let's continue. I'm going to point out the occult, the supposed family and friends. They're wearing the orange. You're going to see her. I'm going to point out what she's wearing. And as I mentioned earlier with the Felix Baumgartner family and friend photo, what do you see here? All the astronauts wearing orange. And this is the occult of orange. See here as well with Nazi Germany, the connection. Basically, the orange Fanta drink was created during World War II. And again, it's all about orange, the occult of orange. When you look at these World War II Nazi books, and what do you see? The orange. Everything, there is a backstory behind it. You have to figure out, you have to understand the occult, and you'll understand what's taking place. And the orange bird from Walt Disney World, just take a look at this logo going back to 1971. Again, the orange bird here. Take a look. You'll understand what's taking place. Now let's take a look at this numerology calculator and see what orange is all about. And there you go, 33. So understanding the occult, you'll understand what is taking place, what it's all about. These people, these secret societies, they do things based on dates, numbers, colors, signs, and symbols. It's a different language, and the masses are clueless to what's taking place. These people should be ashamed of themselves. Nothing but a club of deceivers. Now, again, talking about the family members and friends, take a look at this image here. You see her, of course, like I said, this took place in Roswell, New Mexico, in the occult of the supposed alien spaceship crash back in 1947, which is nothing more, again, than a deception. Just another image of the same. You see the alien is being displayed. As I mentioned in previous videos, Roswell, New Mexico, and the occult of 33, which I'll get into right now. Supposed crash again on the 33rd parallel. Out of all the places in the world, just so happens the highest degree in the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry is 33. And this is where the first supposed alien space crash landed. Again, in the occult of Babylon, just so happens to be lined up, going back in time, with Freemasonry and Nimrod and the occult of Babylon and Freemasonry. Like I said in other videos, many times, Nimrod was one of the founders of Freemasonry. Shown here in this image, like I showed many times, the occult of 33.
This is what carries your email, videos, and games all around the world. It's an undersea internet cable. It's being made right here in Kitakyushu, Japan, at NEC's OCC factory. OCC makes submarine cables, which carry virtually all internet data across oceans. The cables come in different varieties, including heavily armored ones, but they all start with bundles of optical fibers. The fibers are wrapped in layers for strength, starting with a steel tube, then steel wires and a copper tube, and finally a polyethylene sheath for water resistance. Enormous spinner machines and spools are needed to create the cables. When they're armored, the cables are wrapped in more steel wires and then asphalt and plastic strings. That makes them pretty tough.
Even though the single armor is just one layer, this is kind of difficult to bend.
Once manufacturing is complete, the cables are spooled into large tanks and then tested for water resistance and other parameters. The cable system includes large missile-shaped repeaters to boost the signal across the ocean. This 9,000-kilometer-long cable is being created for the Trans-Pacific Faster Cable that's backed by Google.
It is a 6-fiber pair system. Each fiber pair will carry 100 wavelengths of 100 gigabits, so the total capacity will be around 60 terabits. That is equivalent to about 1,600 DVDs, which can be transmitted over the ocean in 1 second.